So, this happened, if anyone missed it. Again, Alyssa Mercante, the bitch from outer space, who should be donating to me. She has activist lawyers. And check this out. Smash says, Alyssa's activist lawyers just said the quiet part out loud. What we've presumed since day one. The case is to create an example to push their agenda forward. And we have been talking about this because this thing that is mentioned inside the case has no law. It's so we're like, oh, they're going to try to make a law. They are. It's true. This was never about me at all, says Smash. Alyssa is going to make a law. And that law will hopefully be the beginning of the turnaround against today's hate-filled internet. Turns out the actual harassment campaign was them against me the whole time. How ironic. CC Ron Coleman. And let's just do a little quick research real quick because this happened today. This is crazy. For anyone who doesn't follow what 8-Bit Eric does, you should, first of all. But 8-Bit Eric was thinking, look at this. Thanks for addressing the tweet and getting it taken down. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen you publicly push back against a threat made towards your critics, and that's worth acknowledging. Now, this was Alyssa Mercante. She had a follower who threatened someone and said they should be put down. It happened again. Someone else did it again to nobody, of course, but she hasn't addressed that one. But anyway, she did at least tell them, hey, no, not here. You know, we don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Even though it happens all the time to us. And she never says shit. But she wants everyone to talk about anyone that could possibly ever send her any kind of threat, which of course we disavow all the time. But it doesn't matter that we do because she doesn't give a shit. She still blames us, blah, blah, blah. Well, we get it too all the time from her and the people who follow her. Anyway, as Eric continues, that said, we can't spend our time trying to police the actions of people who aren't us, correct? No one can control the internet, and trying to is a battle you're guaranteed to lose, correct? Based? Eric is based? Unless someone explicitly encourages bad behavior, blaming them for what anonymous strangers do is both fair and baseless, and I will add embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Now, I have begun pointing this shit out at her constantly, pointing it out, calling her out, because she has the same thing happen from her side. As we all know, her side is the worst. They dox people. They go after wives, right? They go after jobs. They go after sponsorships. They try to take you down on YouTube. They try to get your games ripped off Steam or wherever they're up. They're always attacking, constantly going after people, and they do it en masse in a coordinated harassment campaign. That is what she does. That is the people she runs with. That is who they are. We do not do that. We simply do not do that. That doesn't come from us. It doesn't happen. And when they do that, what do? They have a bunch of people threatening people, right? They're calling them to themselves. They're saying that they should get RIP'd, of course, and of course all the other disgusting things. We see it all the time. Her very best friend told a pregnant woman to delete herself and then double down on it. Okay? So don't come at me trying to tell us we're the bad guys when the worst acting people are them. It's them every time. So again, we will continue with Eric's beast post. We go back and forth all day, or we could go back and forth all day pointing fingers, asking each other to rein in the people on our side, but that's not how any of this works, and we both know it. I could just as easily pull out threats, insults, flat out unhinged messages from people in your replies. I get them in my DMs, in my email, when I'm live. Just the other day, someone literally sent me a video of their butthole. That's the kind of stuff we're dealing with, and honestly, the smartest move is to not react. Correct. Unless you want the attention, right? Unless you want the attention. As for my little friend, he's a grown man making his own content. I'm not here to tell anyone what they can or can't say. Everyone has the right to speak their mind. Criticism is fair game, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's not fair. Correct. Now, who's the little friend? Oh, talking about Smash. Who gives a shit? Now, hold on. Let me go ahead and like this because it's fucking based. Let's back it up. Let's see who has replied. You want to see someone doing exactly what she says not to do? Ladies and gentlemen, you have come to the right place. You tagging him how many times to get his attention, retweeted his video pushing false information, and you think this chat GPT ass answer gives you the moral high ground? Where's the same energy when you were cattle tagging? Where's the hey dude, actually we were wrong? When were we wrong? When was Eric wrong? No one's wrong. What are you talking about? Huh? No, we weren't wrong. You guys must have each other's dick prints memorized the way you deep throat one another. That seems kind of harassy, kind of homophobic, kind of stochastic terrorism. However the fuck you say that. And then she says, and this is just him, the drunk stuff. We've all seen it. It's not a big deal. She likes to make it a big deal. This is your legacy, you sloppy, disgusting creep. I thought, now, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought none of this was okay. I thought this was bad. I thought we weren't allowed to say these things and to direct harassment and horrible things at each other. Literally, all these things that she just said is worse than I've seen any content creator on our side say, except for maybe Jack. Okay? May have said something worse. But that's about it. I honestly don't think there's anyone that said anything worse. This is insane. Fucking crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You know Alyssa ain't out here talking about having some dick prints memorized. She knows it sounds like the back of her tongue. So it's actually funny that you say that, because this said, now of course we're talking about like his stuff here, right? Where he was like, oh, well, if anyone doesn't know,
came down to it.
Of course, even the videos she saves have audio issues. Of course they do. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Holy shit.
If Alyssa wasn't an island with me, I guess I could cope and deal with it.
I don't think you can even hear it. How did she actually ruin the audio on this?
Down.
She ruined all the audio.
AJ Jr., you know.
Her computer is a place audio goes to die. Anyway, he was saying that she could get the 8-inch Eric. She could get the 8-inch Eric. So anyway, he said, if Hassan said any of this, you would ditch your Temu iDubbbz boyfriend fast. True. 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 But based? Fuck. So again, I mean, like, this is what we're talking about. Like, she doesn't even stand by her own, what she says in the lawsuit. She's worse than anyone I've seen. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Eric got drunk on a couple times on stream, and they were streams that were all about that. They were specifically for that. Like, they were like a thing to hang out with, like his fans and stuff. Big deal. It happens all the time. People do this all the time. All the time. Happens. She's like, you're a drunk. You're an alcoholic. Like, dude barely drinks. Barely drinks. So anyway, what is all this from? Don McGowan, the guy who used to work with Nintendo and sued people over Pokemon. That Don McGowan. He's a loser. Big time loser. I've mentioned on here that I'm working on litigation about Gamergate. Oh, are you? Oh. Here's a video from our client. Now, we all know the video. This is Alyssa's I'm being harassed video. Everyone look at my harassment campaign. It's been going on for so long. It's affected me so much. I've saved everything and I look for it. I'm always finding more. I watch streams and watch them and then I take clips. I love all this attention, but I hate the harassment. It's so bad that I look for it daily for hours at a time. That's normal behavior. So here's a video from our client who decided to chronicle the amount of harassment she receives on a daily basis from the internet's worst people. Of course, she had a year's worth of stuff, and most of it was pretty harmless, dumb shit. People calling her a Jew and dumb shit like that. There was like one that was bad. One. Somewhat unsurprisingly, the first version of this video was taken down by YouTube because she didn't obscure the email address of the guy who was sending her consistent RAP threats. Yes, YouTube, that's definitely private information. I mean, it is private information, Dawn. It is. If you ever wonder whether YouTube profits from harassment, note that none of the videos where people are reveling and sending her these threats have ever been taken down. That is a straw man argument that he has designed all by himself. Good job, Don McGowan, lawyer from Nintendo, retired, aka kicked out of your profession because you actually were fucking terrible. Terrible, by the way. Lost so many big cases, it was crazy. So he's actually saying that there's videos where people revel in the fact that people sent her these grape threats. Has anyone ever seen a video reveling in this? I have never, ever seen one in my life. But hey, maybe there's one out there floating around by some crazy. I don't know, but certainly no one of any stature that's anywhere in any kind of circle of people who actually talk about this shit daily and are like pushing against DEI. I've never seen any of those people ever revel in that. We say, get over it. It's the internet. We get this shit too. I've never, ever seen anyone ever in my life. Have I said ever? Never in my life revel in it. About 15 months ago, when Alyssa wrote this article she mentions, she also asked where the men who said last time that they would never stand for watching women be harassed. I said, hey, I'm men, and I don't even have a job to lose anymore. Good thing, because you probably would get fired over doing this, because it's garbage. So get this. So I put out a series of tweets in which I referenced my years running trust and safety programs at my various employers and how those programs are aimed to keep out assholes. Oh, yes. This guy, this actually, I think it's Hypnotic has like a video somewhere where this guy came up where they were like, we're going to keep out assholes. And it's like, okay, define asshole. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're, again, curating your audience. Good luck. This got so much rage from the dork web. Of course, this is just calling names against a group of people that don't like him. That Fox News wrote a hit piece about me. A hit piece, just covering it probably. So I have 0.1% of understanding of what this must be like for her. Well, I mean, did you keep going back for more, Dawn, like she does? I'm guessing you didn't. I'm guessing you didn't keep writing things and then, challenge people to fight you and then actually, like, start asking names because you wanted to start writing hit piece. Literally openly said, hey, and we got information on Melanie Mack. And then she tried to have, set up a interview with her. But then people were like, hey, don't do that interview. She's just going to twist your words. Don't you fucking do it. And she didn't. As far as I know, she never actually did it. So she never got to write the fucking article. But we all know what was going to happen with that. Alyssa is going to make law. She's going to make law, bros. She's going to make it. She's going to do it. I honestly think she's a pawn in people's games now. I really wonder if it's like this guy or someone like that funding this to try to just get this law, at least in people's eyes. It's going to fail. It's not going to happen. It's gonna ruin her life, right? It's basically going to destroy her all the way through, finish her out. But they don't care because it's going to get it in the public eye, and then people can talk about it, and maybe, that's how laws come about, especially bad ones. You just keep slamming them into a wall. But they'll ruin lives to do it. I mean, they don't care about her. She's like, they're going to use her up and throw her away, and they're going to go on to the next person. That's what I think they're actually doing. That law will hopefully be the beginning of the turnaround of today's hate-filled internet. Of course, it will only be used one way. As we see, she's full of hate, spewing the disgusting things she's spewing. I just showed you them. That was just from today. She does this all the time. And for some reason, she thinks that she's going to be immune. I wonder why she thinks that. I wonder. Of course, it'll be extra hard to turn that ship around now that it's the primary locus of support. Maybe it's focus of support for the current U.S. president. Oh, boy. Even still, we beat on boats against the current, born back ceaselessly into the past. This guy, the fuck are you talking about? So anyway, that is the real reason for the lawsuit. We've talked about this in the past. about the stochastic terrorism that they're trying to push really hard. This is really what it is. They don't want to be able to be criticized. They want a law that will not allow them to be criticized. This is the one that will do it if they can get it to pass. If you can get this stochastic terrorism to pass, literally, if I say something about you and people get mad and they start talking shit about you, sending you threats, I'm somehow responsible for people I don't even know. Even though I would imagine the people you should go after are them, but not me. But hey, that's pretty much what they're going to do.